Invictus, my kings, and welcome back to another episode of the United States Empire Total War DarthMod playthrough. And we start basically where we left off last time. Just destroyed the Cherokee nations, munching into the Iroquois Confederacy, and rebuilding these individual provinces. And wouldn't you know it, there's an opportunity for a battle right here against the, well, we're not gonna pronounce that name, but there's an opportunity for a battle, and I think we should go for it because there's nothing really that I want to do apart from just conquering more territory. Because we really gotta deal a swift blow to these to our enemies while we can, because you can see their army is damaged, so it's gonna be not quite a walk in the park, but it should be quite easy to dismantle them. And let's throw down a cheeky save. Let's see if they'll capitulate. They won't, so let's get to it. Alright, here we are on more of a snowy map this time, but same army as before, so it should be basically the same strategy as before. Nothing out of the ordinary, nothing too amazing, just bullying our opponents with superior range and everything like that. And yeah, so let's see. Okay. Let's see, they do have some, these lancers, which have been quite troublesome so far, and they also have artillery, which is actually quite surprising, so we should probably get a move on and try to get as close as possible to them. They're on the defensive this time, it's a siege battle, so we should probably get a move on and try to get as close to them as possible. And let's see, they do have a bit of a hill advantage. Let's check these native artillery. You don't really see these too often. Okay, so they're advancing forward, so I think the best course of action would be actually to set up somewhere around here. We want to get the general's bodyguard behind our main line, obviously. And we should see if these fools really think that they can best us. Now, since we're playing against the natives, it's imperative that we watch out for hidden units, because they could be anywhere really. But I think that overall shouldn't be that big of an issue. Yep, we are in range, and so we should start the battle. However, I still don't see the rest of their army. It's probably hiding somewhere around here, or at least relatively close by to these units that we can see. Let's try a bit of a cheeky flanking maneuver just to reveal these enemies. Where they might be hiding, we don't know, but we'll find them. Oh, we will find them. That's for sure. No, we don't see any smoke anywhere. Don't see any smoke, so I wonder where the main bulk of the enemy is. And oh, here we go. Here we go. They actually routed my light infantry because I wasn't paying attention. There we go. That was a big mistake. That was a bit of a blunder. So they actually pulled off a flanking maneuver. Good for them. Good for them. So we have to now activate our reserves. Let's get these guys moving forward. Let's get these guys on here. See, that was very smart from the AI. Not entirely sure if it was intentional or not, but it was very smart of them. That's for sure. These three can go down the middle. We'll probably end up having quite a few losses in this this battle, but it's a full stack versus a full stack, so it's completely acceptable to have heavy losses. And after all, this is basically the only army that the enemy has, and their melee units going up against non-melee units, so it's understandable that we'd incur some losses here and there. It's just how things roll, and it's DarthMod. DarthMod's supposed to be a little bit more difficult anyway. It's not like we're fighting against Europeans with line infantry versus line infantry. This is much more of a guerrilla style combat. And so it's predictable that it's not gonna end up exactly going as we planned. But in the end, I think we should be able to win this one. There isn't really anything that the enemy can do at this point. We've routed a severe number of them. Yep. These guys, they're broken. These guys... See, if we manage to get a few volleys off while they're charging, it's actually... we actually managed to rout them quite fast, but because they end up flanking us. Look at this charge downhill into line of fire. You know, Empire Total War can have some pretty cool moments sometimes, but it's just a shame that it gets put down by all the other issues that it has. Okay, let's advance forward with our entire line. Native American warriors. Yeah, very cool moments in Empire Total War. Because we're slowly and steadily pushing them back, but it's very much a guerrilla confrontation where we managed to take out 2 of their units, but they managed to rout 1 of ours. So while we're slowly and steadily pushing them back, it's very much guerrilla warfare ahoy in this. Very much anti-melee, guerrilla fighting. These bowmen really are brave, man. Like standing so close to the firing line. But Native American warriors. Yeah, these melee units are gonna be the bane of our existence for a little while. Again, charged. But that's just how the cookie crumbles. The Native Americans have some really nice bangers up their sleeves. But we should be able to win this one, not with too much difficulty. Slowly but steadily whistling them down. That's what it's all about. That's the name of the game. Okay, so they should have basically no one left. Oh, okay, another unit pops up. See, that's the interesting. That's the fun stuff about fighting against the natives, is that you think you're done, but then just another couple of units pop out of nowhere. Well, who are these? They are Native American warriors again. Melee units, bowmen, musketmen. Okay, but I think they're going in for a charge. No, they're not. Okay. The Chief's Bodyguard activates. Once again, going for a flanking maneuver. Form a square here. Flanking maneuver there. These guys are done. Let's go for a full envelopment. Let's go around those guys. And yeah, the Chief's Bodyguard just straight up smashed into a square formation, which, I mean, that's not exactly a smart move, but so they're just gonna stand there, form another square. Again, straight into the square formation. Garrison Native American infantry or warriors. Oof, what a battle. Again, another unit pops up out of nowhere. Man, it's such a guerrilla warfare. You constantly have to... Enemy general killed, very nice. Constantly have to be on the lookout for when the enemy pops out their hidden units. But you don't really get this experience anywhere in the modern Total Wars, this sort of guerrilla fighting. Or at least not really. And there we go, it's a victory. Okay, so we lost actually quite a few units. About half our army was destroyed, but we managed to completely crush them. So, yeah, managed to win. The enemy is now down to two provinces, which should be able to be mopped up with our remaining units over here. But minus 17, man, this is gonna revolt quite heavily. But might as well go around, build up these magistrates. See what are they mad about? They're mad about resistance to foreign occupation, claim for reform, so just resistance to foreign occupation. Might as well just not exempt them from taxation then, if they're gonna be like that. It's Cayuga, not Kaguya. Okay. Cayuga. And as soon as we get a revolt here, we're gonna attack them, but again, resistance to foreign occupation. That's the one thing about Empire Total War, that the unrest in these provinces is always heavy. It's actually not. Let's actually not do that, and let's save the money because it might get taken over by rebels very quickly. We'll see. But yeah, that was quite a battle. That was quite a fight. But I think the enemy should be completely destroyed. They still have some forces over here, Native American Lancers, but that was basically the main bulk of their armed forces, and we managed to destroy them. So from now on, I think it should be more or less easy to just march on in and take over. We'll see how the Iroquois Confederacy handles itself and handles the situation, but I think we basically won the war, and all that's left is just to gather up the provinces and take them over. Okay, so we're now in a little bit of an interesting situation where I essentially can't take out these armies from these individual territories because they immediately start revolting. And so I think I'm just gonna have to stand around a little bit, and because they're these Chicasa and Cayuga, they're the capitals, or they're the former capitals of the Cherokee Nation and the Iroquois Confederacy. So I guess I should have left these provinces to be the last I take over, but yeah, we're at the moment we're in a bit of a pickle where I actually am building up a third army so that I can go in and mop up these last two provinces from the Iroquois. Because as it stands right now, I can't move out without these provinces just completely revolting. And it's gonna take a while for the public order to fix itself. So I think I'm just gonna wait around a while and just build up these individual provinces and build up the third army. And I'll see you in the next part when we are ready to take over either Fort Cherry to Detroit, or basically Detroit, or for the Chartres. These former French provinces all start with some sort of fort or something like that. So yeah, I'll see you. So I'll see you, kings, in the next part. See you next time.